Hey, what up, y'all? This is your boy Ken. You're watching The View from the Game. Thank you for tuning in. If you're on Instagram, you watch me live. I am the actual man behind the Instagram. Yes, I do answer my DMs. When you DMing me. Hey, but check this out, man. While I got your attention, make sure you go get my book, The 48 Laws of Game. That's right, The 48 Laws of Game. You can get it at audible.com. All you got to do is type my name, Pimpin' Ken. When you get to audible.com, and this book, as well as my other book, The Art of Human Chess. This is the book everybody's talking about. This is the book that your daddy should have taught you about. Everything that your daddy didn't teach you the game, it's in this book right here. And The Art of Human Chess, a study guide to win, teach you how to maneuver, teach you how to finesse, teach you how to play chess, teach you how to outsmart your enemy. You got to get my books, classics. Hey, man, also, man, make sure you subscribe, like, and make sure you let everybody know through notification where to come and get this joint at by sharing. And also, I am also the proprietor and the owner of HHF Mag, HHF Clothing, HHF Awards, and HHF Radio. Hey, man, stay tuned, man, and go to thehiphopfraternity.com and check us out. And every Monday, we're at the Ice Bar. That's right, 5456 Fayetteville Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Every artist get in free. Every A&R get in free. Every executive get in free. Everybody is free. Artists get to perform for free, and you get to park for free. The only free game in town. Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? This is your host, Ken Ivy, a.k.a. Pimpin' Ken, on View from the Game. Today I have a special guest. She has some things that she's going to talk to us about. The federal prison, the inside of the prison, some of the things that happened to her, how the laws was able to capture her. And it's going to be a very interesting topic. I know y'all used to see me with suits, but, this interview was so urgent, I said I'm going to do it, in my regular degular. You did. Hey, but let them know who you is, sis.
Hi, I'm Miss Keish, up-and-coming artist from Atlanta, Georgia, born and raised from the West Side.
And that's Miss Keish. So, Miss Keish, is get it popping. So, where did you grow up? You said on the West Side, but what part of the West Side? You got the West End Mall. You got,
Yeah, I'm from Simpson Road and some apartments called Herndon Home.
Herndon Homes.
So you would call that Zone 1,
Zone
6th
1.
Ward.
6th Ward. So you're from the 6th Ward.
Mm-hmm.
So what type of upbringing you had?
Well, I was raised in a church with my mom and my stepdad. And we was very sheltered and just was always in church, going out of town. So we'll say like ghetto fabulous. Mm-hmm. And then once I got in like 6th grade, my dad went to the feds and was like where that came from. But he went to the feds, and then that's when life got a little different.
Yeah, y'all was used to the good life, and then all of a sudden the breadwinner gone.
Right. And it wasn't that, just my mom. She was a single mom with 4 kids. And it was harder for her by herself, just working and trying to provide. We always lived good, but we just wasn't like fresh like we always used to be.
So let that breathe for me. You said your mom, you grew up in the church, but your daddy was hustling?
Yeah, but the thing is, we never seen anything. Like, never had a clue.
So it was like a double life.
He definitely, never had a clue. So when it came up, when he went to the feds, I'm like, my daddy don't sell drugs, or what? So it was definitely hidden, and we didn't have a clue. We was just outside having fun, going on trips all the time.
So was it a raid, or they just caught him somewhere?
I was still kind of young, so I was kind of green to it.
You were 6 years old, right?
Yeah, I was green, because he went. So I was like 11.
Okay.
But that's how green I was, because I was in church till I was like 13.
But you on the choir?
I was in the choir. I was soprano.
So can you give us an example or something?
You want me to sing?
Just give us a hymn from the church. I mean, because a lot of people say, "No, she didn't sing in the choir." So just look at the camera and say,
I just can't give up now. I come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me.
Amen. Man, I'm appalled, because most people say they grew up in the church. They just say it. I guess it's a fashionable statement, but he actually sung gospel.
Born and raised Had to go. Got
Sunday school,
whoopings.
everything.
Listen, got hit with the block if you talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything.
Whooped on the church van.
Right.
Yeah, my grandma had the whole hood in church.
Was it a big church?
It really was a small church, but
church,
they used to
church.
bring the church van and come get all the kids on Simpson Road and haul us to the church.
So your granddaddy, your stepdaddy go to jail.
Yep.
Where your real daddy at?
My real dad, he's around. His name Frazier. He ended up having to do a blood test when I turned 21, and that's how I found out he was my dad. My mama kept telling me that my daddy was dead. Yeah, and but he was like, "That's my daughter," and he was adamant about letting me know that I was his kid. And we took the blood test on V103 with Miss Judy, the Miss Judy lady.
So you been famous.
No, I wasn't. We did it. I was actually out of town, so they called me. I was in Florida when I did the swab here, but when I was out of town, they called me on the phone and was like, "Yeah, that's your dad." I was like, "Wow."
So, believing that your dad was dead for all these years and then finding out at 21 that this is your actual dad, what was going through your mind?
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, "Really, Mom? Really?" So, and he's my brother dad, so he's been around, but my mom told me that my dad was dead, and so I got this whole other family that I'm close with, and these my cousins, this my brother, like that's who I feel like my family, but we still close now. But I thought it was my family, and till I was 21, so now I still call them family, but my real dad is alive and well.
And your stepdad went to prison.
And my stepdad, that's my father, my stepdad, because he's not none of our dad. He's
the one that took care of you.
Took care of all
the
of
man
us.
in the house. Until he had his unfortunate situation.
Yep, until he went to the feds.
So what type of student was you? What you got grades, or was you skipping school?
Child. So when my dad went to jail, like I literally just went left. Cause I was a dad's girl. Like I looked it up to him, and I looked it up to him, and I was doing good, but then I wanted to dress like how I was used to dressing, so I took to the streets. I started selling drugs at 13, and once you start selling drugs, making your own money, I got a tattoo, and I ended up getting a fine, and I went to CEP. So if you're from it, CEP is an eternity school. Okay. And like all the who's of Atlanta went to CEP. Like everybody went to CEP.
Troubled children.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I went to CEP, but CEP was very different. I was a virgin when I went to CEP, and everybody at CEP was having sex. So it was just like, it was new to me. Like, y'all doing what? Like I was, so I was getting money before I was chasing money before I was like chasing boys. Yeah, chasing boys. So I was just, it was, CEP was off the chain.
Yeah, I can imagine. All the trouble kids. I was
all of them in one place.
So that's crazy.
All in one place.
They had me in there because I was fighting and acting crazy all my, Now, when I was young, I tell people, my babysitter, who's a female, a dark-skinned sister, heavyset, she molested me. So
I'm so sorry.
Have you ever had anything like that happen to you coming up as a young girl, without the father and out there young? I'll let you. Right.
Well, my dad was there, and I had this one little creepy cousin. I had this one little creepy cousin that while I was asleep, because my grandma always told us to sleep with no panties on because you gotta let your coochie breathe. So we sleep with no panties to let our coochie breathe with long nightgowns. Right. And I'm asleep with my nightgown on with no panties on, and when I slept light, so when I woke up, my cousin had his head. He was, in my coochie, so I started screaming. Like I don't think he really got far because I woke up so fast. So I started screaming. I got 2 older brothers, and I got so many boy cousins. They beat him so bad. I know you seen the show Martin when his head was big on that thing.
That's how he looked.
That's how he looked. They did him dirty. So after that, that did happen to me, and it was messed up. So I don't even really like
talking about it.
not even talk about it. I don't really like head like that sometimes, or like I don't really like to be touched.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when nigga want to finger you, I don't really like fingering.
Yeah, because of your experience.
Because of that, yeah.
So that had a psychological effect on me. You know, I didn't know it at the time, you know, but, you know, I used to bump my head up against the wall all the time. I refused to learn in school. I think I had post-traumatic stress disorder, right, at a young age.
Sorry to hear that.
No, I'm good. But at the end, I guess the point that I'm trying to make, you know, most 13-year-old children, don't sell drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think that could have had some type of mental effect on you, that you just lash out? You know, because when you being abused, right,
Mm-hmm.
you lash out different. Like me, you know, I'm an overachiever
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always in my mind subliminally and psychologically thinking that, okay, whoever tried to steal or rob me from my childhood, which is really what happened, you know, they have to see me succeed. And,
Right.
you know, we are creatures of habit. So that became habitual. So I'm just a habitual succeeder. You know, everything I do, I succeed and I go hard. You know, I know what purpose is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I move with purpose. So what I'm saying, do you think that need to wear the best and to, you know, have money, do you think that was some way of a cover up or some of the trauma that you may have experienced in your life?
No, to be honest, it was materialistic. Like, I would tell parents to like teach their children not to be materialistic, because that's really what it was. Like, I wanted to wear what everybody else was wearing. Like, I wanted to be fresh. Like, and that was what made me turn to the streets. Like, I didn't want to wear Reeboks.
Right.
I wanted to wear J's like I've been wearing. I wanted to keep wearing Jabot. I wanted to keep wearing Inichi and all the, you know, fashion. So, and that's how she raised us. We was material.
Atlanta always been like,
yeah, we hip to the fashion. Yeah, we hip to the fashion. A lot of people
out here balling, like the Jeezys and the T.I.s and
exactly,
the Little Babies and the Gunners and the, you know.
So I wanted to be fresh,
yeah.
and so that's what made me start hustling.
And you grew up around them guys' era. You was around, so you knew most of them probably.
Yeah, I went to school with a lot of celebrities that's out. Thug was in. He went to Crim, because I ended up getting out of CEP and went to Crim. Rollo, he went to CEP.
Yeah, I know. You know Rollo, don't you? I sent you in the Fam Goon.
Yeah.
He posted you. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just, I said, I think I seen that person before. That was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, he went to CEP.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of celebrities that's out now that, you know, we grew up with them.
Right.
Yeah, like my brother used to be with Lil Baby, but I wasn't around because I was probably somewhere else by then. But he used to be at my mom's house. So like we know like pretty much all the celebrities and stuff.
So who did you get your work from, and what did you sell? I mean,
who I got my work from, I won't say that, but
I mean, like, no name. I'm just like, you had a plug, right?
Yeah, I had a plug. I definitely had a plug, and yeah.
So you said when the feds caught you, they caught you with, they alleged that you had some meth or some crystals, right?
Right. So I didn't get caught with anything. I had a guy, this dude snitched on me from Alabama. His name Keith. I'm gonna put him out there. This dude named Keith, but he called himself some on Facebook. Low Key, that's his name. Big black dude with a beard. So if y'all see him, y'all watch out. Big black Keith dude named Keith with a beard, called himself Low Key. He snitched on me, and I sent him some work. And in my paperwork, it says that once he got the work, he turned it in to the police, which is a lie. I know he didn't do that. He probably must got caught up when he got it. And then he told the people that I was his plug.
So how did the whole case, I mean, what did they charge you with? And explain, you know, the inside of your case.
So I got caught up with that. I went down to Alabama to pick up some money from dude. And he told me to meet him at a hotel room. And he had the room he had the room wired up to us in surveillance. The police was outside. I didn't know none of this. I'm thinking I'm just going to go pick up some money from dude or whatever. So I get there to the room. I probably went in there 5 minutes, and the dude had on a wire. So I get there 5 minutes. He give me the money. It's all on the camera too. I get the money. I put the money in my bra, and once I got the money, 2 minutes later they come busting in with guns out. Which was another thing why they had to, they got in trouble for that, because they was like, y'all see, she didn't have no weapon on her. Like, my clothes was skimpy, so why did y'all draw down guns on her? Y'all know y'all would set her up. So that was a thing, too, that my lawyer, yeah, they didn't like that, because she was like, y'all had guns drawn on her, and she didn't have anything on her. So, yeah, that was bad, too.
So, ultimately, you went to court, right? How much time you spent in the county jail?
Oh, wow. I spent 18 months before I got sentenced. And then I end up doing 2 years in the county. Okay. Which was the worst time. I did 24 months in the county, and then I end up finally going to prison.
So how much was your bail?
My bond was $1.5 million.
For some?
For allegedly 150 grams of meth. And because my charge was trafficking. But once the feds picked it up, it was conspiracy to trafficking for them to pick it up. And then once I got sentenced, they was like, you could take a plea for distribution, conspiracy to distribution. So it was just all messed up.
So when we were talking earlier, you said they tried to get you to snitch, huh?
Oh, yeah, let me tell you. So
tell the people about that.
So, well, you know, when I got caught up, they took me to the interrogation room. They had Buddy in the other room, me not knowing that he was a snitch the whole time. But I knew something went right with Buddy. Like, I was like, something went right. But make a long story short, they had me in the interrogation room. So I'm like, they say, so we don't want you, just if you give us somebody, we'll let you go right now. Because we could have took you to the jail. We'll let you go right now if you tell us whatever you know. I said, you know what? Okay, if you give me something to eat and a cigarette, I'm going to tell you everything I know. Man, I ate that food, smoked that cigarette to that green line. It wasn't even a Newport. It was some white cigarette. I just wanted to smoke some because I knew I was going down. It was over with. And I smoked that white cigarette to the green end. I looked at that man, and I just said, oh, so you really trying to lock me up for 3 grams of weed? Talking about trafficking? He said, oh, so you think this first boy they ate? They was so mad. I didn't tell them folks then. I had ate my food, smoked my cigarette, told them folks, hey, man, you going to take me to jail and book me. I ain't got nothing to say. Where my lawyer at?
Yeah, you smart.
They was so mad.
Yeah, that's how I go in the streets, man. Always ask for your lawyer, man. I mean, a hamburger and a cigarette won't hurt neither. I know they mad. I know they watching this now like, man, why you saying that?
I said it because I don't did my time.
Okay, so before we go into your prison thing, tell us a little bit how you got in the rap game and, you know, the music and, you know, your affiliation with rap.
Okay, so I've been doing music. Like I said, I grew up with a lot of people who've been doing music. I linked up with Mark Beat Monster, and that was my best friend, and I started from there, and we used to just work. I got a couple of beats from London on the track. I got a song from him, and just a lot of the hot producers now. I was working with them when they first started out, and that's how I started out. And then, but once I started like getting big, when I was hustling, that's when I started putting my money into my music. And then when I shot my first video in 2021, that's when I caught my case.
Okay. So just when you was starting to bubble, and invest in your career, the FBI boys, the Alphabet boys come and knock your castle down.
Child, I went down.
Yeah. So did you have any traction before you left? Was people really messing with your music? Was you bubbling on IG? Was you bubbling on Facebook? Or what was your wave at that time?
Well, when I shot the video Can't Change, it was doing good. Like,
I looked on your page, I seen the videos. That Can't Change when you had all the like seem like the jewelry on you, different cars, Rolls Royces and stuff?
No, I just shot that video when I first
recently?
came home from the feds.
How long you been out the
I've
feds?
been out now 3 months.
And you shot a video already?
Yeah, I shot my video maybe
I see why you didn't bail out. You kept some of that money for your career.
I didn't. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie to nobody. Like, I wasn't hustling when I was in jail. I was getting closer to God.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was already come home. So I didn't want to do anything to get me in trouble. I already stayed in lockup, you call it jail in jail. I stayed going to jail in jail for fighting. Yeah. So once you get to...
So you was fighting?
Yeah, I was fighting. Girl, the women. I would fight women. They called me Golden Gloves in jail.
Why you fight? What was
because I was in Alabama and they didn't know me and they were trying it. And I'm kind of feisty too myself. I ain't gonna lie, but I can back it up. Oh, so I would beat them up.
You beat them up?
I would beat them up, yeah.
Yeah, I spent a little time in solitary confinement myself.
Yes, and that's the worst, going to the hole. They call it a hole, or they call it in the feds they call it the shoe. Yeah. And you don't want to go to the shoe. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get skinny back there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no crap.
Mm-mm.
So you're doing pretty well with the music now. You see, I sent your video. It's a nice video, by the way.
Thank you.
And have you worked with any features?
Well, I've been working with my best friend, my twin. He been getting me Bankhead. He been like turning me on to different artists to like start doing features. So about
the Bankhead?
Lil Bankhead. He worked with V103.
Yeah, that's my man.
Yeah, that's my friend. That's my twin. He been linking me in with different artists to start doing features. But I really just been working on the things that I already had, because it's like timeless music. So like the music that I did before I went to jail, I'm putting it out now, and it still sound like now. So I've been shooting videos to it. Like that song is called That Girl. That's on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I did that song before I went to jail, but I shot the video as soon as I got out. Mm-hmm. And so I just been really just making content to the music that I already had, and I also have been making new music. I'm working on a new album.
Okay. Well, we peeping you, we watching you. Hip Hop Fraternity always looking for a new artist.
Yeah,
matter of fact, we're looking for a new female artist anyway, so we definitely might need to have some sit down about that, because of course, a lot of people, we started 5 years ago, but a lot of people haven't done what we've done. We 37 cities, 100 executives, we got 11,000 members, and we've been on every platform you go. I don't know if you've seen Off the Porch with Hip Hop Fraternity.
I heard of Off the Porch.
Yeah, we had the most people with all our HHF jackets on there. So, the whole world, we just left Breakfast Club, we gave Charlamagne our HHF jackets. So we been doing real big things. We signed Mike Fresh, that song, Throw That Ass in a Circle. Mm-hmm. And she bounced when she walked, he signed HHF as well. Okay. As well as Goldie. You met Goldie already. So Goldie signed to HHF too. So we got a lot of people with motion, and of course my son is Supreme at Great One, the one at Great Supreme, the Great Supreme, whatever, but he's also down with us. So, we had a few female artists, but this rap game is kind of shady. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Some people, they want it quick. If it ain't happen fast enough, they tend to, back up like the OJs and spin up off of it like the Barcades. You know what I'm saying? I know you like when I talk slick. but that is the problem with but I try to tell artists, man, because if you would have came 4 years ago, we ain't in the place that we in now. Now that we all over the world and the whole people know about it, they would have stayed. Mm-hmm. Most of them would have been successful by now. So that's what we look. We look for artists that got motion, that's dedicated. You kind of fit the profile.
Yeah, you gotta stay down. It's just like the dope game. Like, you can't expect to come up overnight. Well, sometimes you can because it's a little faster, but it may be a little slower, but you just gotta stay down and you gotta put 100% in it. You can't be half-assed.
Warren Buffett said, success that comes fast, it gives you an ego. But success that comes, over a period of time, it firms you. Mm-hmm. It makes you, make you committed and make you stronger because you understand where the bodies is buried, Right. A lot of people get immediate gratification, but delayed gratification is really the game, right. The long game. I wrote that in my book, The Art of Human Chess. So, that's one of my, my perspectives. Okay, so let's go back to being in prison. So here you is, getting getting all this money, traveling from Alabama, got people hustling for you all over, different states. You go from probably dressing nice and wearing designer, and now here you is, you can't get your hair done, you can't wear no makeup.
You can wear makeup in the feds.
Oh, that you wear feds?
Yes,
okay.
you can wear makeup.
Okay, well I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, everything else, most everything is gone.
Yeah,
So,
you got to wear gray sweats and this khaki outfit with these ugly boots. I didn't wear the boots. I didn't wear them boots the whole time I was there. Yeah, I didn't wear the boots.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
No boots.
So you're in prison.
So I'm in prison, and
You say that it's a lot of women in there that want to be men.
yes, we have in the women prison.
Explain that.
In the women prison, we have the girls and we have the boys. And the boys is the studs. But these ain't no regular studs. These studs look like men. These studs got beards, mustaches, and they got clicks as long like digglings. And they're just different. And we even have men in the federal prison. We have like this, a man, if a man wants to be a woman, he can leave a federal men prison and go to a woman prison for a year. And for him to get a sex change, he have to be in a woman prison for a year in order to get his sex change, and they're gonna pay for it. So we had a man there in our prison who was not even a bad looking man, but he had his ponytail and did his makeup and stuff, but he was in there having sex with the girls. And
what?
Yeah.
So the feds actually let another man come to a female prison.
A real man with a dingling was in our dorm.
So he was bisexual. He wasn't homosexual. He was bisexual, right?
Right. He was gay at the men prison, but when he came around all these women, I guess he wanted him some, and they was giving it to him because they was hot for, so they wanted the real thing, and I guess he wanted a woman, and they was having sex. And he gave a lot of them girls AIDS too.
AIDS? He had AIDS? But wouldn't the federal prison know that he had AIDS? So they was complicit. See, actually, they have a Class A lawsuit because if he went to the female prison as a man, irrespective to what he said, obviously he wasn't, what he said he was. And he got these women impregnated, and he gave them a sexual transmitted disease. By law, the feds is complicit.
It went down in Aliceville Federal Prison. They had that man gave like 3 girls HIV.
So, did you ever thought about messing with him?
Man, listen, it ain't that much sex in the world.
You
man.
go home, so you was a short time.
I definitely was short time, but I was outside having fun. But I wouldn't want no dude. Like it wasn't even that serious with me. I ain't even play with myself. My whole 3 years in jail, I ain't play with myself.
No, you didn't masturbate.
I ain't even masturbate.
You just want to go home,
I just ready to go home, get me some food, and be at home with my family, being free.
So how did the guards treat? I mean, was it male or female guards?
We had male and female guards, and shoot, the female guards was the easiest ones. I stayed flirting with them.
Yeah.
Yep. They so lame and green.
So in the feds, right, a lot of my partners call me from the feds with a phone. Did they have phones in there too? Like
they definitely got phones.
So the females were. So a lot of the guards probably was a lesbian, and they was in relationships with some of the other inmates in there, right? Because I mean, that happens, right?
Yeah, I had when I was in the county, I had a couple of guards that moved letters for me to the dudes, like a dude that I'm talking to, send him my letter and stuff like that. Like, they were green, they lame. Like, you could turn some of them guards.
So did they sell drugs in the prison you was in?
Yes, most definitely.
What kind of drugs they had in
everything. Them folks had K2 where I was at. They ain't had no real
They
good.
still be using that out here.
Man.
That shit crazy, ain't it?
Them folks, look, when they started doing that K2, they look like they deteriorate.
Yeah.
I went there.
I got a guy, I won't say his name, but he said that he makes so much money off of that on the streets. Because he said it's addicting. He said that they gotta have it. He said a lot of people, that come home that's on paper, right?
They still smoking because you can't trace it.
They don't smoke regular weed or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they smoke that stuff. So he was like, man, and he actually makes a lot of money, off that K2. So I know they be killing them in the feds, huh?
Man, what? Some sprayed
How
on.
they get it in there? He said something about they used to put it in they can put it in the in books and stuff like that. That's what he was saying.
I know. I don't want to tell them how they get it in there.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want to tell them how they get it in there, but it's definitely flooded and it's definitely in there, and it's probably the worst thing. Like I'm talking about, they look like zombies, like little roaches, like they be stuck like this, and they'll just go down, and they'll go down until they fall.
And
it happens
the
so
feds
bad.
let it in there though, right? The feds probably like that, right?
Man.
Because that means if they zombies, they ain't out there acting crazy.
Right, and I swear to God, they don't really be tripping. Like if they smell it and they smell it, like because they know they smoking, it's a real foul smell. They'll be like, I know y'all in here smoking. So sometimes they'll lock them down, but they ain't really tripping on them folks smoking because a lot of people not going home. So that's their home. So
when I was in the Fed, they had unicorns. They got unicorns.
They still have unicorn.
In the female prison.
Mm-hmm. They have unicorn. Me personally, I didn't have a job. I was not going to work a job. Not working for y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't do that neither.
Yeah, no.
A lot of dudes used to do it. They used to make money.
They did, but like 30 cents a day.
So what's the phone call situation? Did they still let y'all get? Anybody can use the phone, or you got to sign up for the phone now?
You have to sign up for the phone.
Oh, they changed it, huh? When I was in there, this was 30 years ago, you could just run up and use the phone,
Well, in the feds, you have to register whoever you're calling. You got to you got to have a name, an address, and an email for that.
They made us do that.
Yeah, you got to do that, and you get 500 free minutes. Like a month. You cannot buy no phone calls. So if you use your 500 minutes up, you can't talk. And
so they don't let them buy. They don't let them buy.
Unless you buy somebody's account, and you can get in trouble. You can go get a shot and go to the shoot for that.
Yeah, I remember the shot.
Yeah, I kept me a couple of accounts.
They used to let us.
Because I talked about.
I thought that was the Fed's biggest earner back then. Was letting people use their commissary money to do phone calls. So is commissary still $250?
No. Commissary is $90, and that's horrible.
They
yeah,
like
$90, and then you got these expensive hygienes, and you got to get your hygienes. Then you want to get food too, because the food ain't all of that, and then they giving you these little small portions. So now y'all got nothing but $90.
That's crazy. Cause
yeah.
Let me tell you something. When I first went to the feds, right? No bullshit. They had money. We had actual money. You could have up to $35 and change. So, of course, there was a lot of gambling. Dudes was getting caught with $2,000-$3,000 for quarters and stuff like that. And then the commissary was unlimited. So we could buy anything we want. So a lot of dudes would buy a lot of commissary. You know how they have stores? They got stores?
We got people who have stores, but that's somebody who don't went and bought, somebody who can't afford commissary. They'll buy their account. Mm-hmm. And I always had to buy an account just so I can have food and have my hygiene. So you got to buy an account.
You can get sent in because
you can get you can get thousands sent in.
So they went down to $90
but you only can spend $90 a week.
In 88, they went to $250. So here it is, almost 40 years later. You talking about they done went down to $90.
You only can spend $90 a week, and that's horrible.
Well, that's cool because it was $250 a month for us, so that's still
probably like the same kind of sort of.
It's more.
It's a little more.
Okay, but they used to let us go once a month.
Oh yeah, that'd be horrible.
Yeah, that was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But that was way back in there. But it went from, because see, in that era, right before that wasn't a lot of money because there wasn't a lot of people like major drug dealers in the feds. It was mainly bank robbers, and fraudsters and stuff like that. So when the drug game came in, then you got the big time kingpins. They was in there and they was busting moves, and dudes was still hustling while they was in the feds. So that was a way for them to kind of, hunker down on everything. And so, as I was leaving, when I got released, that was the kind of the standard, you know. And I didn't know that they went to 90, but that's really still low.
Yeah, and it's really not like you can't really buy nothing with that.
But they don't let you use minutes. You can't buy minutes no more from the.
You get them 500 minutes and that's it. Only 500 minutes, and you gonna use them up. Cause I love to talk on the phone.
Somebody must have did a Class A lawsuit on them, because for them to give up all that money, that was $1 billion. I mean, you think of all the people, the federal inmates, and you think about everybody who had money that was spent. I remember dudes used to be like, man, I'll give you $100, man, let me use your minutes. And because, you know, like you're supposed to only get, like, I think it was 15 minutes, you know, but they do.
It's still 15 minutes.
It's collect calls, right?
Yeah, it's free call.
Okay.
It's a free call.
It ain't no collect?
No. These are free calls. The feds give you 500 free minutes. That's it.
Okay, what about the video calls? Do they do that?
Free.
You can do video calls there too?
Video calls for free. You don't pay for none of that.
Wow. So what about, I heard they had the tablets in there, huh?
They got the tablets, and you just buy music and movies. There's nothing really special about the
books?
tablet. Yeah, you can buy books.
Yeah, because my book is called The 48 Laws of Game Pepology. They banned my book in the feds.
No.
I mean, yeah, because they said it was too much, it's too influential. And it's crazy because a guy just called my manager. His attorney called my manager the other day, and they asked me to write a letter because they saying that my book was encouraging him to get in the game. But anybody that read my book know that my book, chapter 48, it says don't believe the hype and don't get in the game.
Yeah.
So I'm telling people don't get in the game, but they said that these people in Reno, Nevada, is using my book as some type of thing that they use for training. So I'm going to be filing a Class A lawsuit because they're misrepresenting my literary work, right? So you know that's what I'm in the process of doing, because they're going to ban my book, but then they're going to use my book to try to, you know, take this guy to trial. So his lawyer was telling me about it. I think her name was Miss Martinez. And I said, look, I'm going to write a letter, and if y'all need me to come, I will come, and I will get on the stand, whatever, tell them that this is not what my book represents. You know, so yeah, you know, they banned my book, Robert Greene book, and The Art of War and The Art of Human Chess, which is my other book. And I'm sure Machiavelli, they banned a lot of books. I don't know if they banned Iceberg Slim. They probably didn't, because he talked about.
I read some Iceberg
Yeah,
Slim.
you see, they'll let that in because he's talking about shooting crack and shooting dope and all that kind of stuff, you know. But you know, my book is about, you know, me going into the music industry and getting out the ism, the game, you know, being, you know, out there, whatever, you know, and you know, because in my philosophy, in every situation, there's a pimp in the hole, right? Somebody gonna be pimping, somebody gonna be hoeing. You know what I mean? And that just means somebody gonna win and somebody gonna, you know, be given, right? And that's my perspective. I said Uncle Sam is the biggest pimp because he breaks us April 15, but he gives the money to Israel and to Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? Me instead of giving it to the bombs down there on Foyster Street, whatever it is, the street down there where all the bombs are being Atlanta.
Right, downtown.
Yeah, downtown, or downtown LA. So, you know, that's just something that, but a lot of people, you know, somehow they get my books in the feds. I don't know how they get it in there, but a lot of people say they read my books when they was in the feds. You know, but, you know, I'm probably filing a lawsuit against the federal government too for not letting my book be in there and misrepresenting my book, you know, but, and then a guy in Hawaii said the same thing. He asked me to come fly to Hawaii and take the stand for him and say, you know, that my book is not about that, you know. So I want people to know, you know, that in order to understand what my book is about, read chapter 48. I explicitly and emphatically tell people to not get in the game. You can get AIDS being in the game. You get killed being in the game. Hey man, everybody ain't gonna make it. I still call myself Pimpin' Ken because I'm pimping Ken. I'm pimping myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather be my own hoe than to try to find some hoe out there that can easily be extrapolated. You know, my book is my hoe. She ain't gonna like no other man. She ain't gonna choose no other man. Ain't no other man gonna be able to tell her what to do. So that's my perspective, and that's what I was trying to convey in the book. So I just thought I'd use this as an opportunity to say what I want to say. I was going to say it. I said I'm going to say it on every platform. I'm supposed to be going on Big Facts, and I think I should be going on a couple more big platforms. Drink Champs, already going to have me on there. And I'm going to actually say the same thing. So you're the first time I said it with. So anything else you want to tell us about, some of your plans and stuff like that? 'Cause I know you said you're going to probably work with us and get in some movies, do some acting with the hip hop fraternity.
Yes, definitely want to do more just modeling, acting, more music. I write also. So I'm just ready to work. I feel like what makes me different is my work ethic. It's because I'm trying to outwork everybody.
That's how you win.
Yeah, I'm trying to grind. I don't have kids, so it's just like my music is my baby. And right now I'm milking them.
Yeah, you got to milk the baby. But, we had a brother sitting in the same chair. He's a very prolific brother, highly educated brother named 19 Keys. And one thing he was saying that when you work out, he said, the joy don't come in the workout. It comes when you working out and you can't work out no more. But you find the fortitude and the strength to keep going. That creates that burning desire that gives you your purpose, right? You know what I'm saying? That gives you that motivation and inspiration to keep lifting those weights or to push yourself.
Right.
And then that's where the confidence and the competence come from. So a lot of people, they give up before they start. I always say, you start fast, but you always end up last.
Yeah.
You're a quick starter, but you're a poor finisher.
Right.
People go through their life, open up barbershops, open up, doing music and stuff like that. Then they stop. Then they go try something else. And then they go halfway. And if they just would have went all the way, they would have accomplished something.
You gotta give anything you're doing 100% and like put your all into it. That's how you make it. Consistency, like stay consistent with it. Like put your all in it. Every day you wake up, you need to be doing something towards your goal or towards what you're doing. And like try to, but sometimes, you want to have different avenues. That's how you're going to get a lot of money. You doing this and that. But at the same time, you need to stay focused on what's going to get you that bag. And it's my music for me. Like, of course, I want to model, but that comes with the music. So
do a lot of people, because, you do have model qualities, of course, everybody can see that you're a looker, right? Do you have people who try to divert you or try to, take you in a different direction and try to get you to model? And like I said, so if you came up to somebody and they're in the fashion community, they say, well, we'd love for you to model for us. Do you get that a lot?
Well, to be honest, I still kind of fresh home. So I was working with this movie company, and like they get you on movies and stuff. I'm actually gonna be on a season 4 with BMF. I played in a season doing like a doing background work. But the thing is, like, I grew up modeling, so I don't mind modeling. Like I want to model. I want to be an actress also. But my main focus is like doing my music. And so I just been like going to clubs, like, promoting my music. And that haven't even been the right thing to do. So now I'm just sitting back working on my project.
Well, Keisha, in any endeavor, you got to have a strategy, right? And I think, I see you just looking on your page, you be at a lot of, the top flight funks. You hang around the music industry, and I think that's a good strategy. But, also to get with people that have high energy, right? You got to make sure that the people you're around, your rhythm match their rhythm or your rhythm match their rhythm. And, the high level people, generally are the people that you want to hang around with because they know the secrets, right?
Right.
And, you just have to change your environment, and you're going to have some bad times, just fresh coming home, you've been home 3 months. And it's a lot of cappers, like a lot of people going to run game, they're going to say a lot of stuff. But, if you create a standard and you have principles, then no matter what happened, your standard is this. They have to, first of all, they got to check out. If they say they do this, I'm going to check them out. If they check out and this is what they do, then, that's the first start. And second of all, they got to be honorable. You know what I'm saying? They got to, say what they mean what they say. Just basic standards that you have, because, when I first came here to do the hip hop fraternity, no cap, and he started with me, my man Bado, we first came, we went through a plethora of liars and fakers and scammers, right? Mm-hmm. People who say they was down with the movement and really wasn't down. Artists that I put them in front of major people, you know what I'm saying? People mm-hmm. that's major in the industry. And I was telling them, why would you want to do this when you are in direct competition? If Cardi B, if Sexy Red, mm-hmm. if Gorilla Pimp is not your competition, I don't even want to deal with you. If you're not aiming at the people at the top tier, then you aim it too low.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I do. I tell people all the time, man, I'm here to take them all out. And anybody that see my movements, see how I move, they know I'm serious, because, I go hard, mm-hmm. and I make myself accessible. And that's one of the things that you have to do in this game, to win. Just don't let people suck your energy out. If a person tell you that they doing this, that, and the other, and they can do this for you, tell them, say, show me who you done it for. I guarantee you. You did what? Show me the artist that you gave a platinum out. Show me an artist that you put on the radio. Show me an artist that you got a bunch of shows for.
Right.
So when I tell people, man, I want to be down with you. You can look at the internet, you're going to see my artists on Breakfast Club, you're going to see them on Drink Champs, you're going to see my artists on Boss Talk. I just had my man Mike Fresh, he got 23 billion streams. So, that's the type of proof of concept that I'm telling you about. Mm-hmm. So, make sure when you're making your assessment, you make your assessment correctly and don't just jump in, anybody's mix because, you might be in the blender.
Right.
Yeah, but hey, man, it's been a pleasure and an honor, man. I'm still tripping on that. There was a man in a female's prison having sex with women that's supposed to be, on the other side of the fence. I'm tripping that she was hustling at 13. I'm like, what? Man, that is amazing. I've been hustling since I was 5, so I can relate, but I'm just saying that is amazing. And then, like she said, she had model qualities, for her to be able to be in, you say zone 6, right? Zone 1?
Zone 1.
She's in zone 1 and hustling, and over there on the west side, man, hey, man, she must be, I ain't gonna say you look gangster, but you gotta have some gangster. Ain't nobody just go, And then you see you can fight. You see you was knocking them out using the hole all the time, using the shoot. So, hey, man, don't mess with her, I'm telling you. But, just tell them your Instagram and tell them, where they can find you.
Okay, my Instagram is The Real Miss Keish, D-A, Real Miss Keish. And my fan page is Who They Want Keish, and that's Who, D-E-Y, Want Keish. And go check out all my music on all platforms, YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify. And go get that music. Go check me out.
Okay, man. And remember, y'all, if y'all want to purchase my books, go to audio.com, type in my name, Pimpin' Ken, and the books will pop up. And like I said, make sure y'all go check out the Breakfast Club interview, Willie D, Nick Cannon, Drink Champs. We did a plethora of interviews in the last 6-7 months. We're definitely pushing the hip hop fraternity. And if you're an investor, we have over 1 million shares at $100 par. So that means that we have $100 million valuation. We got Ice-T's definitely equity partners. We're working with Charlamagne to be an equity partner. We hollering at Link the King to get Floyd Mayweather on board. And we're looking for 10 celebrities that's going to be equity partners, do the same thing they did with 50 Cent. And then we're going to call a broker meeting. We want all you guys that are investors, my man Aristotle, my man Papi Chulo, my man, it's just so many of you brothers, him, 500. Hey, look here, man, you brothers, man, this is our culture, our call. Y'all need to invest in a African-American business that is a C Corp, that is legal and have over 9 children, 9 subsidiaries. We have HHF Films, we have HHF Magazine, we have HHF Literary Agency, we have HHF Awards, we have HHF Social Media, HHFmedia.com, HHF Magazine, HHFmag.com, HHF Radio, HHF Radio. So we're progressive, and it's our culture, our call. We own 100% of it. So we're looking for investors to come on board. And if you're an HHF member and you don't have a whole bunch of money, but you got a few $1,000s, hey man, just being a member will allow you to invest in the company as well. And you know, once we do that IPO, your investment's gonna go up 10x. So if you invest $1 million, it's gonna be worth $10 million by the time we go public. So definitely, man, y'all check that out, man. And hey, man, at this juncture, man, as always, man, thank you for watching View from the Game. I'd like to thank my guest, Ms. Keisha. She's cold with it. You know, I know she's just fresh from home. And man, hey, man, y'all pray for her. And man, peace out.
Thank you.